Chelsea will look to make it four Premier League wins in a row and six consecutive victories in all competitions when they host Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. The Blues ended matchday 6 in the top four after a 4-2 home win over Brighton and Hove Albion, thanks to a quadruple from Cole Palmer. We followed this up by kicking off our Europa Conference League campaign with a win in midweek, beating Belgian side Ghent by the same scoreline in West London. Things have definitely been on the up for Chelsea in recent weeks under Enzo Maresca, with the Italian beginning to stamp his authority and style of play over a young and ever-improving squad. With 15 goals scored in the league so far, we are the most prolific team in the division going into game week 7. Our next opponents, Forest, have several reasons to be cheerful themselves, with Nuno Espirito Santo's men showing marked signs of improvement after finishing 17th last season. They are currently placed 10th in the table, with impressive results including a 1-0 win at Anfield and a 2-2 draw away at Brighton despite being down to 10 men. They did, however, succumb to their first league defeat of the campaign against our near neighbours Fulham last weekend. In the corresponding fixture at Stamford Bridge last season, just over 13 months ago, Chelsea dominated possession but were terribly wasteful in front of goal, and Forest recorded a famous 1-0 victory with substitute Anthony Elanga scoring the only goal of the game following a clinical counter-attack. Maresca is expected to name an unchanged lineup from the one that beat Brighton last Saturday, even though he was given a pleasant headache in midweek, with Christopher Nkunku, Pedro Neto, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, and Renato Vega all netting in the Conference League on Thursday. Forest's approach to this game will be interesting to see. Espirito Santo has switched to a 4-2-3-1 formation this season, with a back four including former Chelsea man Ola Aina and Serbian Nikola Milenkovic, the £10 million acquisition from Fiorentina in the summer, who has settled in admirably well alongside Brazilian Murillo. With a midfield duo of Danilo and Ibrahim Sangare both out injured, Forest are expected to field James Ward-Prowse and Ryan Yates as the double pivot. Morgan Gibbs-White, who was suspended for last weekend's loss against Fulham, will be back in the number 10 role, behind Chris Wood. Like he did at Anfield, Espirito Santo could field Elliot Anderson and Nicolas Dominguez as the two de facto wingers. Anderson and Dominguez are both hard-working central midfielders by trade, and like Yates, will cover every blade of grass they can to harry the opposition. Forest will not be shy of relinquishing possession in and around the halfway line, and will look to squeeze the centre of the pitch in a 4-4-2 mid-block. Chelsea, in now familiar fashion under Maresca, will form the three-box-three shape while attacking, with Malo Gusto inverting into midfield alongside Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez pushing further forward. With neither Gusto nor Marco Kurella consistently offering himself on the overlap, Anderson and Dominguez will be able to double up with their fullbacks when either Jadon Sancho or Noni Madueke receives the ball. It will therefore be imperative for Chelsea to move the ball around quickly to draw out the Forest players and be able to find Cole Palmer and Enzo between their defensive and midfield lines. The wide centre-backs Wesley Fofana and Cucurella will play key roles and will need to be spot on with their decision-making to help play through the opposition. The visitors' plan will be clear, just like it was in their victory against Liverpool, to run their socks off for the first portion of the game and then to bring on their rapid players off the bench to try and nick a goal. Former Blue Callum Hudson-Odoi scored the winner at Anfield as a substitute, while summer signings Jota Silva and Ramon Sousa combined for the equaliser at the Amex Stadium 2 weeks ago. As mentioned earlier, we have already experienced firsthand the threat of Elanga. Forest's threat from set pieces has to be considered as well, with the exquisite delivery of Ward-Prowse and the towering presence of Wood, who is his side's top goalscorer in the league this season with 3. Nottingham Forest are one of the most tenacious and hard-grafting sides in the Premier League and will make us earn everything we get on Sunday. The best thing Chelsea could do here is to score early, as the longer the away side keep it goalless, the more their confidence will grow. This game is followed by the international break, after which we face Liverpool, Newcastle United, Manchester United and Arsenal in our next four league games. Going into that run while being in the top four surely won't hurt.